Hello, I think I'm live. I'm just gonna see if anyone is here. Hello. Let me know if you are following along. Hello. I'm gonna get started pretty sharpish, and then if people want to jump in, they can jump in. I hope you guys have got your stretchy pants on because we're gonna get moving. It's gonna be suitable for most people. Grab a block and strap if you need it. Actually, I'm just gonna wait and see. No, let's get started because I don't want to keep people waiting too long. So get yourself in the middle of the mat and we will start with our breathing. All right, so starting off in our Sukhasana pose. Sukhasana just means easy and comfortable posture, okay? So sitting in whichever comfortable cross-legged position you are in, fingertips next to you on the floor, just roll your shoulder blades back, palms on your knees, eyes closed, 3 breaths, in and out through the nose, and then 3 arms. So inhale. We're going to do our 3 arms. And then eyes open. We're just going to do a bit of Ujjayi breaths just so we can get our breathing technique ready for when we're doing the practice. So if you haven't done Ujjayi breaths before, you want to inhale and exhale through your nose. On your inhale, you puff your belly out just to let your diaphragm come lower so that you can open and expand your chest. On your exhale, you apply a throat lock. And I liken it to doing a passive-aggressive sigh when someone doesn't say thank you to you opening the door. So it's a sound, all right? So we're going to do 10 of those and then we're going to warm up. So eyes either closed or focusing on a point in front of you on the floor. 10 of those. Let's go. Inhale. Belly out on your inhale. Bring your eyes open. So throughout the practice, remember to breathe in and out of your nose the way we just did. So let's get warmed up. So we're going to start with our necks. You're going to take your left ear and place it on top of your left shoulder. Left fingertips on the floor, right fingertips also on the floor, just to get an extra stretch. Then take your left hand and gently ease your head closer towards your shoulder. Really should feel a nice long stretch over on this side of your neck. And now if you want to, you can bring the right arm in between your shoulder blades and up. Just for an extra bit of stretch. Take 2 more breaths here and we'll swap sides. 1 and 2. Good, swap sides. Same thing, fingertips on the floor. And then right hand on your head, gently easing it down close to your shoulder. If you want to, left hand up in the middle of your shoulder blades, extra little bit of stretch. 1 and 2. Good. Just take it back to the center. Just look over to your left shoulder, roll it over to your right. Back to the left 2 more times. Right, left, last time. And then over the back. 3, 2, last one. All right, so we're going to get straight into a tabletop position. So hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. We're just going to circle our wrists just to get them warmed up. So I don't mind which way you go, but I'm going to go clockwise first. So we're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap sides. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're not going to do too much work on our wrists, so we're not going to do too much of a wrist warm up today. And then let's warm up our spine. So take your right hand up to the ceiling. You're going to drop it underneath your left hand side of the body to drop your right shoulder onto the floor. You should feel a nice stretch all the way from here, all the way up to your shoulder blades. Now if you want to, take your left hand up towards the ceiling, and if you're feeling good in that deep twist, bring this left hand and place it on the inside of your right thigh. But if you are trying to grab your right thigh and you're starting to dip your hip or something, then don't go that far, just keep it there. Keep your arm up to the ceiling. Take one more breath and we'll swap sides. Good. Left hand up to the ceiling. Bring it underneath our body. Right hand up to the ceiling. Then, if you want to, take the right hand on the inside of the left thigh. Keep looking up to the ceiling. This is about your spine twist, okay? So it doesn't matter if you can grab your inside thigh or not, so long as you can feel the stretch along the side of your body and also starting to mobilize your spine, okay? Take one more breath, inhale. Good, back into tabletop. Coming up onto your fingertips in your tabletop, you're gonna roll your shoulders back. But I want you just to watch that your spine doesn't move along. So what I mean is we're gonna roll our shoulders back. So our shoulders come up to our ears, then they squeeze together at the back, and then they're gonna roll back around the front. So we're not gonna be adding a hip or a back movement with this. So 4 to the front and 4 to the back. So let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming into a squat. Fingertips on the floor in front of you. You're going to drop your knees down to the floor. You're going to bring them out to the side. You're going to bring them up and then back in. You're going to do that 4 times and then the opposite way. So 4, 3, 2, 1. And reverse it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Right, last bit of warm up before we get to the yoga bit. So we're just going to do quite an easy warm up. So when I say easy, I mean simple. So we're going to take our right leg, we're going to step it back, step it up with our knee up. 5 times on each side, okay? So we're going to go right, left, right, left. So let's step our right, knee up, left, knee up, right, knee up, left, knee up. 3 more times, right, knee up, left, knee up, right, knee up, left, knee up. Last time, right and left. Good. That leaves us to start in the perfect position. So we're going to do sun salutation A. If you haven't done it with me before, don't worry, I'll talk you through it. But we're going to do it through, let's do 4 times to get us nice and warmed up. Modifications if you need it. So starting at the top of the mat, please inhale and exhale on the bits that I say, because there's a reason for it. So don't forget to breathe, basically, is what I'm saying. So inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, come into your forward fold. You can bend your knees if you need to. If you're bending your knees, place your belly and ribs on top of your thighs. Inhale, lift your chest up, fingertips to reach towards the floor, tailbone up to the ceiling, look up. Hands come down, hold your breath. Jump back or step back into your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Your upward facing dog has your hips and knees off the floor. Hands pushing down against the floor. Tucking your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. We're going to take 5 breaths here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look at your hands. Step or jump to the top where your hands are. You're going to inhale, lift your chest up into that half lift. Exhale into that forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. By the way, this is just a warm-up, so when we get into the actual flow, I'll explain the positions a little bit more clearly to you. So for now, don't worry too much. Just move and breathe, okay? So let's inhale, lift our arms. Exhale, fold forwards. Ujjayi breaths. Inhale, half lift. Hold that breath, step or jump back into your high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift up into your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 5. In and out through your nose. 4. 3. 2. Last breath here. Looking at your hands. Step or jump to the top. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, Tadasana. Good. Inhale, lifting your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Knees bent if you need to. Inhale, half lift. Hold that breath. Hands down, step or jump into your high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5. Spread out your fingers. 4. Open up your shoulder blades and push the floor away. 3. Lifting your tailbone nice and high. 2. If you need to bend your knees and keep your hips high. Last one, nice and deep. Look in your hands. Step or jump to the top. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, lifting into your reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, Tadasana. Last round, you should be getting used to this now. Inhale, lifting your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Knees bent if you need to. Inhale, half lift. Knees bent if you need to. Hands come down. Step or jump into your high plank. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Last one, make it good. 5. Open your fingers. 4. Spread out your shoulder blades and push the floor away. 3. Check there's no tension in your neck. 2. Lift your tailbone. Crown of the head to the floor. Last breath. Look at your hands. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, Tadasana. Good. So I hope you're all warmed up now. We're going to get straight into the flow. And I know I'm rushing through this a little bit, but I only have an hour on this. So I want to be able to make sure I go through everything and have a little bit of time at the end to have a quick chat with you guys. So if you need your blocks and straps, grab them. If you don't have blocks and straps, by the way, grab yourself a towel or something, or you can also grab a book, which is a really handy tool, and then meet me back on the top of the mat. So the first thing we're going to do is a revolved triangle posture. Starting at the top of the mat, you're going to take your right leg and you're going to step it back. Now this is only between 3.5 to 4 feet apart from each other. The right foot is going to be slightly turned in. We're going to come into this. Now this is your choice. You can either do a revolved triangle or you can just do a regular triangle. It just depends on you. So if you need the block, you might want to place it on the inside of your left foot. Arms come up to shoulder height. I'm going to do a revolve, but if you want to, just do a regular. It's just like this. Okay? If you need the block, place your hand on top of the block. For the revolve, you're just going to twist right hand on the floor or on the block on the inside of your left foot, left hand raised up to the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming back up to the top. We're going to come into warrior 2. So your right leg is going to step a little bit further back. Your left knee is above your left ankle. Hips are nice and open to the side. Torso is in the middle. It's not to I see a lot of people doing this, but you want to keep it in the center. Arms shoulder height, look over to the front on the inside, on the middle finger of your left hand. This is a warrior position. It's a nice strong position, so make it strong, yeah? Don't just relax. Keep your core engaged, keep your hips open, keep that front thigh working, okay? Take one more breath. Well done. Take the right foot and turn it in. We're going to come into our Utkatasana Konasana. So our goddess pose. Don't worry if your feet aren't super turned out. I see a lot of people turning their feet out and they can't balance. We're really looking for a turnout of our hips and our knees, not our feet. So don't worry if they're not super turned out. So we're here in our Utkatasana Konasana. And you might be starting to feel a little bit of workout on that left thigh, but that's a good thing. Alright, keep your core engaged, your chest lifted, bring your hands to your temples. You're going to bring your right elbow to your right knee, back to the center, then to the left. 4 times each side. 4, 3, 2, almost there guys. Last one, well done. Good, a bit of relief, you're going to straighten your legs. Well done. Toes to the front. Now we're going to do a forward fold, a wide-legged forward fold. Hands on your hips, or you can interlace them behind you, okay? For now, if it's your first time or if it's been a while doing yoga, put them on your hips. You're going to inhale, puff your chest out to the front and up. Your tailbone comes to the back and up towards the ceiling. Exhale and come 90 degrees. So we're just going to come halfway. Lengthen that spine, bring your tailbone up. Exhale, come another 20% of your full capacity, so not all the way. Coming down towards the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale as far as you can go this time. Hold it there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Nice and slow when you're coming out of those deep bends. Coming back out, hands back on your hips. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So turn that left foot back towards the front. This right foot is going to turn about 45 degrees in. So there's a slight rotation in your thigh bone here. Both hips come to face the front. Imagine you've got a set of laser pointers and they both want to face the front. And then this left knee is above the left ankle, arms up, core engaged, so it's not like this, where you're pushing your butt out. You're doing the opposite. You're bringing your ribs into your body, okay? 2, and 1. Well done, keep breathing. Hands together, then place them down to the floor. Step your left leg back and come into your downward facing dog. So I did say I would talk a little bit about your downward facing dog here. You may find that you're quite tight on your hamstrings, in which case, instead of curving your upper spine, come onto the balls, really high onto the balls of your feet, and then bend your knees and bring your belly and your ribs to touch your thighs. So when I say this cue, a lot of people start to dip your hip down. I want you to bring your hips up, and I want your ribs to touch your thighs. The whole point of this posture and this sort of amendment is so that you're not rounding your spine, because a lot of people, to compensate for tighter hamstrings, will bring their spine into a rounded curve shape and they'll bring their head closer towards the hands. We want a nice long back, because once we have got our practice to a point where we're more open the hamstring, it's a lot easier just to lower our heels, because as you can see, my hips and my back and my hands, nothing else moves apart from my heels going up and down. So make sure the top half of your body is where you concentrate on the most, basically, is what I'm saying. Then, even if you are in a modified posture where your knees are bent, still try this. You can bring this right leg up into a 3-legged downward dog. Now, if you're nice and open with your hamstrings, you can leave that heel down. In this posture, try not to bring your hips open here, okay? Okay, it's supposed to be square, nice and square. So heels to your bum, and then you're going to circle it. It doesn't matter which way you go first. Just circle it one more time, and then we're going to go the opposite way. Good. One more time. From there, all the way into your left hand. Walk it a little bit further forwards, and then we're going to come into a side plank. Now, in your side plank, your options, if this is a little bit too much for you, by the way, keep that left hip lifted, none of this stuff lifted. You can place that left knee down on the floor, or you can keep both legs straight, right foot in front. Whichever you choose, we're going to take 2 more breaths. Make sure you're pushing the floor away and your shoulder away from your ear. Take 1 more breath here. Don't forget your Ujjayi breath. Please breathe. Can't see or be with you to do CPR, okay? Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to come into a chaturanga. I did say I'd talk to you a little bit about this too. So in your chaturanga, I see a lot of beginners doing this, flying their elbows out and dropping their hips down. Maybe not both, but definitely one of them. Instead, I want you to place your knees down. Engage your core, push your pubic bone to the front, round your upper back and drop down, keeping your elbows close to your ribs. So we're here, we're lying down on the floor. Oh, this is a good place. Good place to be. Hands behind you, I want you to clasp them, interlace your fingers, and then you're going to lift your chest as you inhale, roll your shoulders back and squeeze your shoulder blades together, and lift your hands off your bum so that your arms are active, they don't just rest on your bum like they're having a break. So really lift and lift your legs up. We're going to take 3 breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then just lower yourself down. And then we're going to do some cobra rolls, okay? So fingertips on the side of your shoulder height. You're going to inhale. As you inhale, keep your head looking to the floor, squeeze your shoulder blades together. As you come up, look to the front, still squeezing your shoulder blades together, engaging your lower back. Exhale, tuck the mat underneath your ribs. Your head is the last thing to drop. We're going to do 4 more like this. Just make sure your feet are hip width apart and they're not sprayed out to the side. All right, 4 more like this. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more. Last one. Good. And then we're going to get our right hand, place it to the right hand side of us. It's in a 90 degrees, so it's like a cactus arm like this. All right, and then we're going to roll over to our right hand side, opening the front of our shoulder. Left foot can be behind you. Pushing the ground away with your left hand, look up to the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Back to the center, same thing, swap sides. Left hand to the outside, in a 90 degrees like a cactus arm. Right fingertips on the floor, pushing the ground away, look up to the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. You should feel a nice opening in the front of your chest there on that one. All right, so from here, we're going to come back. You've got 2 options. If you're feeling fiery, come push straight up into a plank. If not, knees down and push back into a plank, all right? So your choice entirely. But I'm going to push into a plank, knees are going to come down. So we're here in the tabletop position. So nice simple cat-cow. We're going to inhale, bring our belly button into our spine, tuck in that tailbone so it's nice and rounded here. Open up our shoulder blades as we look at our knees. Exhale, drop your belly button down to the floor, your tailbone comes up, your eyes come up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, and exhale. Good. From here, back to neutral, we're going to do the Anahatasana, so the puppy pose, extended puppy pose. I'm just going to move back slightly. Keep your knees underneath, directly underneath your hips. So don't be tempted to lean back or come forwards, all right? Then walk your hands in front of you, and then keep looking forwards. Do not look down at the mat. Don't look down at the mat, look forwards, all right? And then start to push your chest down towards the floor. Keep your hips above your knees. You should feel a really nice opening on the front of your chest. So you're aiming to get your chin onto the floor, your chin in your chest. All right, so keep breathing. 2 more breaths here. 1 and 2. Good. Coming back up nice and gently. Hands coming back down underneath your shoulder blades. And just, this is a good time for me to say, when we're doing the downward dog, I see people having their hands and their feet very far away from each other. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Do not move your hands, do not move your feet, okay? Keep them where they are. Now tuck in your toes, lift your hips. That's how far your hands and your feet should be away from each other. Now that's a good cue because everyone's body shape is a bit different and everyone's leg length and arm lengths are different. So this should be anatomically right for you, all right? Remember, knees bent if you need to. And then your options are step to the top where your hands are and sit down. Or you can jump to your hands and sit down. Or, and you can pick which one you want here. You can jump through, straighten your legs. All right, so wherever you are, you should be sat down now. We're going to come into Dandasana. Dandasana is four-limb staff pose, so it's this pose here. Nice and simple. And then I want you to bring your toes up to the ceiling, heels away from you. We're going to come into the Paschimottanasana. So if you are tight on the hamstrings and you need a strap, grab it now. You're going to wrap it around your feet and you're going to hold on to the straps. If, of course, you're open and you don't need straps, don't use the straps, okay? So before you do it and fold forwards, get your body right into the right position. So chest comes forward, tailbone by the way is at the bottom of your spine, just in case you need reminding. So tailbone to the back, chest to the front. Inhale and lift. Exhale, don't come all the way down, just come 20% down. Inhale, lift your tailbone, chest comes forward. Exhale, come a little bit further. Now I'm just going to stop here really quickly just to say, you will notice that there is no gap between my ribs and my thighs. My ribs are touching my thighs, okay? That is what you're aiming for. If you are starting to round your spine, you're going to lose the benefit of the hamstring stretch, okay? So if you need to stop here, stop here. This is ultimately going to be more beneficial for you. So work smarter, not harder, all right? So if you are able to and you feel good, exhale now. This time go as far as you can go. We're going to say that for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Nice and slow when you're coming out of these deep bends. There's no need to rush it. Good. From here, bring your feet together. The soles of your feet come together. Got hair in my mouth. The soles of your feet together. Wrap your hands around the outside edges of your feet. You're going to inhale. As you inhale, you puff your chest to the front, your tailbone to the back, and you push your knees down with your outer hip muscles, okay? So make these work. Make it an active posture. It's not about relaxing this session. Inhale, lift your chest, tailbone out, knees down to the floor. Exhale, start to fold about 20% of your capacity again. You want to try and get your chest towards your feet, not your head towards your feet in this one, okay? So puff that out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go a little bit further. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this time go as far as you can go. See if you can get your chest close to your feet and your knees down to the floor. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. 1 and 2. Inhale and lift up. Just to say that if you are a bit more well endowed up front, this is going to be at your advantage. Alright, so we're now going to come into a half Lord of the Fishes. So this left foot is going to come to the outside of the right hip. And then your right foot is going to come to the top of the left knee or the left thigh. You're going to place your right hand behind you. Left hand comes up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop this left elbow onto the outside of the right knee. Inhale to lengthen your spine. When I say lengthen my spine, I mean the crown of your head comes up to the ceiling and your spine is nice and long, it's not rounded. Make sure, again, there's no space between your ribs and your thighs, okay? Again, working smarter, not harder. So if you're fine here, stay there. You don't need to go any further. So long as your alignment is correct, I prefer you to be here than here, yeah? All right, inhale if you can, lift and twist a little bit deeper. This left hand, by the way, can be pointing up to the ceiling, or it can be down to the floor, just whatever feels the most productive to you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist and look over your right shoulder. If you feel good, take this left hand, put it in between between your right thigh and right calf, and then your right hand can come behind to bind. Binding means that you're going to grab your hands or your wrist behind your back. Only do this if you're very deep in your twist, okay? So don't favour it above your alignment. So inhale and exhale, look over your right shoulder. Take one more breath. Good. Let go. Don't rebound. Nice and slowly control where your body goes, all right? And then you're going to take this left foot. You're going to place it on the edge of the right-hand side of the mat. The left knee is down here. I'm going to turn to face you in a minute so you can see from the front. And then your right knee is going to go above your left ankle and your right ankle above your left knee into a fire log pose. So I'll just show you from the front. My shins are stacked on top of each other, 90 degrees. They are not crossed. That's a different posture. That's a half lotus, all right? So I want you to make sure your ankle and your knees are on top of each other or underneath each other. All right, you may find that this is quite tight for you. If it is, you can place a block underneath and just stay there. If not, and you're feeling quite open on it, you can inhale to lift your chest, exhale, come forwards. So wherever you feel comfortable, stay there. If you can come forwards, please do. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, come a little bit further forwards. Inhale, lengthen, go as far as you can go this time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting up nice and slow. Good. Just take that knee off. You can either drop them both to the same side, one on top of the other, or cross them. I don't mind what you do, but your hands are going to come back down. You're going to step back down into your downward facing dog. We're almost finished on this side, so well done. Some people are probably going, only one side done. But, you know, it's good for you. You're going to feel a lot more energized after this. Take your left foot and step it up to the top of the mat. And by the way, if it takes you 4 steps like this to get to the top, so be it. I don't mind. Turn that right foot so that it's turned 45 degrees in. You come back up into your warrior 2. We're not staying here. We're going to come into a side angle. So you can take either this left forearm, place it on the front knee, right front thigh, and bring that right arm over. Just notice that my fingertips and the edge of my feet are in a straight line, okay? So I'm open on my chest. I'm looking underneath my right arm up to the ceiling because my spine is in line with my knee and my hips. So I'm not leaning forwards. If you want to, you can bring your hand onto the inside of your left foot on top of a block, or without a block if you're feeling open there. Take 2 more breaths, 1 and 2. Coming back up, almost done, I promise. You're going to take this right foot, swing it to the front, coming into the eagle pose, okay? So this is going to cross, I'm going to face you to do this, crossing this right foot around the front. Now if this is enough for you, your hands can be out to the side to help you balance, or they can be here. Focus on something in front of you. If you're feeling good here, take this right arm, wrap it around your left, palms to touch. Keep focusing on something. 2 more breaths, almost there. 1, 2. Good. Feet down, we're not done yet. Just stand up again, just to loosen up that left thigh. And then we're going to come down back into the chair. So hips come down, still make sure you can see your big toes over your knees. So you come lowering from here, not from here. All right, so you're here, arms come up. Hands at heart center. Take your left elbow, place it on the outside of the right knee, look up to the ceiling. Try not to drop that left hip. Take the left hand down to the floor if you want to, and right hand up to the ceiling if you want to. One more breath and we'll swap sides, and my screen's gone very dark. We're going to swap sides into that twist, right elbow on the outside of the left knee, left hand up to the ceiling, right hand to the floor. One more breath. Standing all the way up. Good, well done. We're going to do the other side. So, if anyone's only just joined, you've missed one side, so you're just going to have to even it up after on the replay. So we're going to start with the other side now, at the top of the mat. We're going to come back into that triangle. You can either do the revolve posture, or you can just do the regular triangle, but we're going to take our left foot, step it back. Again, 3.5 to 4 feet. I see a lot of people doing this in order to get really close to the floor, but I'm more interested in you keeping this side open. All right, so a little bit closer. Block if you need it on the inside of the right foot. Either right hand to the floor, left hand to the ceiling, or if you want to do the revolve posture, left hand either on the block or to the floor, right hand up to the ceiling in a revolve posture. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, coming back to the center. Well done. Stepping this left foot back a little bit more. Warrior 2. So if you missed the first half, make sure your right knee is above your right ankle. Back foot is slightly turned in. Hips are open to the side. Torso in the center. Arms shoulder but height. Look to the front, the middle finger of the right hand. Take 2 more breaths here. 1 and 2. Good. Now keep this right foot where it is. Just turn the toes slightly in, and then take the left heel and place it in so that you're coming into Utkatasana, Konasana, Goddess pose. Nice and deep in this bend if you can. If you're here, you're here. I don't mind, but try and keep it deep if you can. Hands up to the temple. You're going to bring your elbow to your knee and then to the other side, all right? 3 more times each side. 3, 2, last 1, and 1. Good. Toes to the front, straighten your legs. Hands on your hips or interlaced behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades, I don't mind. So last time I did them on the hips, this time I'll do them interlaced. Inhale to lift your chest, bring your tailbone now. Exhale, come 90 degrees. Now, a lot of people I see keep their hands on their hips, okay? At this point, start to activate your arms by lifting them up towards the ceiling. This isn't a lazy option to have your hands resting on your butt. Sorry, it just went away then, but I'm back. Yes, I'm back. All right, so we are here. Take this right foot, turn it to the front, left toe slightly turned in, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. All right, hips to the front, remember. Core nice and engaged, shoulder blades down the spine. Take 1 more breath. Good. Hands come down to the floor, step it back into your downward facing dog. Again, watch your posture here. Preferred a straight back, open shoulder blades, tailbone up, than rounded spine and legs long. Come onto the balls of your feet, knees bent, chest down towards the thigh. Take 1 more breath. And then lift your left leg up on your inhale into your 3-legged downward dog. Hips square to the front, not open. All right, hips square. If your right knee's bent, that's fine too, keep that bent. And I don't mind if your leg is down here or even here. No, it doesn't matter how high it is, it doesn't change your practice. Heel to your bum, circle it. I don't mind which direction you go, but you're going to circle it for 2 more rounds. 1, 2, then swap directions. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From there, all the way into your right hand, coming into your side plank. Remember your options. Keep your hip high, right knee on the floor, both legs straight, left on top, or stacked on top. Either way, push against the floor, shoulder away from your ear. Look up to the ceiling for 2 and 1. hand comes down. We're going to come into our chaturanga. Remember what I said? I would prefer you to be putting your knee down than to be dipping your hip down. We're not doing an upward facing dog, we're doing a chaturanga. So nice and strong with your core. Tuck in your tailbone, separate your shoulder blades, exhale as you come down, elbows into your ribs. So we're down here. This time we're going to come straight up into a cobra, Bhujangasana, instead of the rolls. So hands, place them just underneath your shoulders. You're going to inhale. As you inhale, shoulders up to the ear, then roll them back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, slide them down your spine. As you inhale, puff your chest forwards and bring it up. Now don't forget your arms can be bent, okay? You don't have to be straight with them. Bend your arms if you need to, shoulders away from ears, elongate your spine. If you can and you want to, you can straighten it, but make sure your feet are hip width apart. Your pubic bone is pushing down towards the mat. Take one more breath here. Good, coming down. All right, we're going to just do that locust pose again, but this time, instead of our hands interlaced behind us, I want you to bring your hands forwards and up. Thumbs to the ceiling, palms to face each other, but apart, shoulder width apart. You're going to inhale and lift, and you're going to lift your feet. We're going to hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, coming back down. Let's take our right hand to the side in a cactus shape, so 90 degrees. Fingertips of your left hand on the floor to push open that front shoulder, left foot behind you. Look up to the ceiling, open all the front of that right shoulder. Take one more breath. Swapping sides. Left hand to the side in that 90 degrees cactus arm. Right foot behind you, look up to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Rolling back to the front, well done. All right, so again, your option is either knees down, core engaged, push up, or you can tuck your toes in, core engaged, push up. Come into your tabletop position. Back into the cat-cow. This is the cat, and this is the cow. Okay? So inhale, belly button into your spine. Tuck in your tailbone, look at your knees. Exhale, drop that chest and belly button down to the floor. Lift your tailbone, lift your eyes up to the ceiling. Inhale, last time. Exhale, last time. Good, back to neutral. Keep your hips above your knees, walk your hands forward, and then exhale and start to bring your chest down towards the floor. Look forwards, don't look to the mat. You want to get your chin, not your forehead, towards the floor. If you're here, you're here. I don't mind where you stop, so long as you're starting to feel a stretch all along the front of your chest. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting your chest off that mat, place your hands back underneath your shoulders. Again, this is a reminder of where your hands and feet should be in relation to your downward dog. Tuck in your toes, lift up your hips. Heels come down, or if you're tight in your hamstring, lift your heels, belly and ribs on the top of your thigh. Your options, remember, step up to the top, jump up to the top, or jump through to the top, okay? Ooh, didn't land very gracefully there. All right, so we're in our Dandasana pose. So if you need your strap, grab them. This time I'm not going to use the strap. But toes up to the ceiling, heels away from you. You're going to inhale to lengthen the spine, tailbone to the back, chest to the front. Exhale, start to fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly button, ribs down towards the thigh. If you need to stop here, stop here. If you need to stop here, stop here. If you need to stop here, stop here. Wherever you need to stop, don't push it so it's painful. It should be a challenge, but not painful, all right? And then inhale, this time go as deep as you can for 4, 3. Just a reminder, you're trying to get your chin towards your shin, not your forehead to your knees, okay? Don't round your spine. Nice and long with it. Take one more breath. I haven't forgotten about the breaths. I am still counting. Inhale, sitting up nice and slow to come out of those deep bends. All right, soles of the feet together. This time we're going to round our spines in Baddha Konasana B. Round your spines, hands on the outer edge of your feet. Inhale just to push your knees down, engage your outer hip muscles to pull that down to the ground, contracting them. And then this time we're going to round and tuck in our tailbone. So inhale, exhale, trying to bring your toes into the middle of your eyebrows. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, this time go as far as you can go. 3, 2, 1. Lifting yourself back up to seated. Alright, we're going to come into the half Lord of the Fishes. This right foot is going to come on the outside of the left hip, the left foot on top of your right knee. This time I'm just going to show you the binding from the other side. So you stay where you are. I'm just going to show you the binding so you can see. If you need a strap, your strap goes between your calf and your thigh of your left foot and around the back. I'm going to take my left hand, place it behind me. Right hand comes up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop the right elbow onto the outside of the left knee. Look over my left shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Now to bind, you can take your right hand underneath your leg and your left hand to grab the strap. If you don't need the strap, it looks like this. Okay, so you're grabbing hold of your wrist or your hands here. Keep breathing. Your inhales, lengthen your spine. Your exhales, deepen the twist. Keep breathing. I'm just going to turn back to face the right way. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to turn to the front, back into our fire log pose. So we're going to take our right foot towards the left-hand side of the mat. And then our left foot is going to come on top. Again, like I said, 90 degrees, shin on top of shin. Not a cross-leg position, shin on top of shin. If you're stuck here, stay here. If you need to put a block underneath the leg, please do. If not, you can inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, and then go as far as you can on your next exhale, hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sit yourself back up. Well done. Alright, almost there guys. I'm just going to face the right way again. Almost there guys. So from here, you can either drop both knees onto the side or cross them over. Don't matter which one you want to choose, but your hands are going to come down. You're going to step or jump back into your downward facing dog. Just a tip, if you are finding your step ups difficult, that means that you take your leg and you step it halfway and then you have to crawl it to the front, which is a normal starting point. Instead, this time, on your inhale, before you drop it down to the floor, keep your knee to your chest, come up onto the ball with your left foot, keep your knee stuck to your chest. My knee is on my chest, okay? And then I'm going to come onto the ball with my foot, shift my weight forward so my shoulders are now on top of my hands, and then I'm going to release this foot. And then I'm going to turn the back foot 45 degree in, coming into my warrior 2. Okay. In this posture, we're then going to come into our side angle. So remember, you can either put your forearm on the front thigh, or you can put it on the block, or on the floor. Okay. Whichever you choose, lengthen your spine as you inhale and bring your right arm, your left arm up over your head, straight line from your edge of your foot to your fingertips. Keep breathing. And just a reminder, please keep your chest open. Imagine there's a wall behind you and you want your top shoulder blade to touch that wall. So it is open, it's not coming down to face the floor. Nice and open, take one more breath. Good. Coming back up, we're going to step this left foot up. We're going to come into that eagle posture, right? So you're going to step up, left foot wraps around, I'm going to face you, left foot wraps around the front of the right. If you want to stay here, hands on your hip, hands at heart center, hands out to the side. Or if you're feeling good, wrap the left in front and then of your right and then palms to touch. Focus on a point in front of you. 3, 2, 1. Good. Unravel, step your feet together. This time I'll just show you from the front the chair twist, all right? So you're going to inhale and then you're going to exhale and drop your hips down. Your knees should still be able to have, you should still see your big toes on top of your knees, all right? So don't let them dip forwards. You come down from your hips coming down. Arms come up, hands to heart center. Bring your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Use that left hand as leverage. Push against that right hand so that you can twist that torso. Try not to dip this hip though. Again, you're kind of losing the benefit and cheating yourself out of this posture if you start to twist by dipping your hip, because the whole point is to get a spinal twist going. All right, so knees away from each other if you can, because a lot of people knock their knees together and try and rely on their knees to hold them up. Engage your quads, work them. One more breath and we'll swap sides. And then left to the outside of the right, look up to the ceiling. I promise you we're almost there. Take 2 more breaths for me. Good, coming back to the center. Standing all the way up. Well done, guys. Woo. All right, so we're going to end in a little bit of cool down, and then I'll come and say a quick hi. So in your cool down, we're just going to lie down onto the floor, and then we're going to play this. And then you are going to bring, let me see if this works, 1 minute, little bit of music. All right, lying onto your back. Okay, and then you're going to bring your feet together, drop your knees out into a Supta Baddha Konasana. Take 2 breaths here. Good. And then, that's too loud. Bring your feet, bring your right knee in. So it looks like this. And your right foot is out to the side. Then, if this is enough of a rotation in your hip, stay there. If not, left foot comes on top of your right, just to weigh it down a little bit more. 3, 2, and 1. And then bring it back to the center, swap sides. Left knee inside, left foot to the outside. If you want to, right foot comes on top of the outside of the left knee. Just weigh it down. 3, 2, 1. All right, back to the center. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift your hands over your head. Extend your toes away from you. Take a deep inhale, maybe a wiggle. And exhale, palms to the ceiling, eyes closed. And just relax in the Shavasana. Be a short Savasana, guys. Sorry, short Shavasana today. Just bring your awareness back into your ankles and your wrists. And then you can roll over to the right hand side of your body when you're ready. Again, in your own time, sitting yourself up in your Sukhasana posture of choice. Hands together, heart center, bow your head. Just rub your hands together, keep your eyes closed. Place that heat and that energy in front of your eyes. Just open them behind your palms. Eyes closed, hands together. Rub them to create that heat, that energy. And then if you have anywhere in your body that feels any tiredness, stiffness, soreness, pain, just place that energy there now. Give it a bit of TLC. Good. hands back to get that heart centered bar in your head. Thank you so much for joining me on this sunny autumn morning. I hope you're feeling nice and refreshed and stretched and strong. Just going to come over to say a quick bye before the video cuts out. Namaste. I hope you guys feel nice and stretched. I hope you're feeling energized, ready for this sunny morning. If you only got half of it or you missed it, I will be putting this on Instagram Live, so you can follow it again if you want to do it again. My head is halfway out of the camera, and you can have a go at another day if you want to. But I'm going to run out of time, so I'm going to say bye to you guys now, and I will see you again soon.